We innovate for you. Or Wi-Fi for short is a startup that is trying to change yours and my experience when it comes to home improvement and construction, from furniture to home appliances. That and more is what we're going to be discussing with the co-founders Deepanshu Goel as well as Vikram Sharma, who are joining us right here on Startup Central to tell us why their startup is doing it differently when we talk about home improvement. I'll come to you first, Vikram. Welcome to ET Now. Thanks so much for giving us your time. So tell us, what exactly is it that you folks are doing for home improvement as well as construction, and how are you differentiated from other startups out there in the same space?
Thank you, Nayantara. Great to be here. So, the fundamental difference which we are bringing is we bridge the gap between the brand who's making the product and the consumer. So, when a brand sells you any product which you need to use at home, we work seamlessly with the brand to get the product installed at your home and taking care of it throughout its life cycle.
Through the entire life cycle. So, comment on this, Dipanshu. What does it mean? Let me say I use Wi-Fi for, let's say, a modular kitchen, for any kind of woodwork, for any carpentry. What exactly does it mean when you say the lifespan?
Sure. Thank you for the question, Nandaya. So when we say lifespan, we mean right from the installation to warranty management. So after, let's say, 6 months, you have any trouble with your product, be it a kitchen, be it a water purifier or smart home, you will call us, and then a technician will come there and fix the problem for you. Again, very seamlessly because we work very closely with the brand. So thereby ensuring that you receive a hassle-free service.
So, Vikram, that would basically mean, let's say, if my door is getting jammed or something is not shutting properly, or there's a crack or something like that, you guys will come back and do it. There must be a time period for this.
Sure. So usually most products that you buy come with a warranty from the brand, 1 year or 2 year. So during that brand warranty period, we will come on behalf of the brand. And after the brand warranty expires, then you can call us directly and we will come and service you for a small fee or on an annual maintenance contract.
Okay. Dipanshu, have you done any analysis of how big this market is? And I would imagine that you would be relying a lot on gig workers. Now, we saw, of course, a shortage of gig workers as well. How are you getting around that problem?
So I'll break this question down into two steps and talk about the market first. The market is humongous. So based on our calculation, it's greater than 5 billion, a TAM of 5 billion. With respect to workers, we work in a hybrid approach where we train people from scratch and also take people who are semi-skilled or unskilled and then train them with us. What we have seen is after spending a few months with us, these technicians are able to grow and mature into independent freelancers, helping them become micro entrepreneurs.
Yeah, let me take a just a crack on this question. Dipanshu said it right, but just a couple of numbers. So the overall market size that we are addressing is over $10 billion, which includes the initial installation as well as after sales service and warranty. And as regard as the workforce is concerned, we are actually skilling the workers who have been working in the traditional segment to upgrade their skills so they're able to better service and work on these modern products, which also helps them increase their incomes.
So I want to talk a little bit more about this. And when I was doing my research also for this interview, I read many articles on how Wi-Fi is also helping the gig economy when it comes to upskilling. So Dipanshu, the question is, when you skill all of these technicians, at that time, are they employees of Wi-Fi? Because I ask you this because those who normally work with gig workers, they're called gig workers for a reason. They're not sitting on the startup's P&L. Are you guys doing that also a little differently?
So we have a hybrid approach where we have people on roll as well as people on gig basis. So this depends also on their preferences. Some blue-collar workers prefer being on roll and some prefer being on freelance. And we do a mix and match of their skill set and their preferences and ensure that they get the model they want. And most importantly, that their income is able to increase. For example, before Wi-Fi, the average income of a gig worker in our industry was about 13,000. And now that is already increased to about 22K. And we predict that in another couple of years, it will increase to 30K and continue to grow forward.
So what we follow is an apprenticeship model. Most of these traditional tradesmen are not really ready to be an independent gig worker right away. What they need is confidence and skills. So, what we provide them is in the initial period, we bring them on board on roll. So, they have the right confidence to work and enhance their skills. Once they're ready, we encourage them to become independent entrepreneurs. So, the journey we show them is what we call helper se malik tak ka safar. So they come in as an apprentice and then they get developed into a senior technician and then eventually become independent owners of an enterprise which we help support. So it's really unique model, apprenticeship based work.
That's multiple problems that you folks are solving then. A, for the user when it comes to, just home improvement. And secondly, the second problem that you're solving for the gig economy. Two in one. So, Vikram, tell me something. The images that we're showing our viewers on our screen is from the wood center that you folks have in Andheri in Mumbai. Tell us more about this. Do you only have it in Mumbai? Are you going to replicate this across the country? Because you are servicing multiple PIN codes across the country already.
Sure. So we have multiple such centers across the country right now in major metros, and over time we will have them across many other smaller cities as well. So the focus here is that the traditional tradesmen, if you take the example of wood or carpentry, the traditional carpenters are used to working with adhesives and nails and screws, whereas the modern furniture doesn't use any of them. They all use modern hardware, modern equipment. So we train these traditional carpenters to get to work with the modern system of work. For example, Ikea kind of furniture. So we train these people to take on new contemporary work, which helps them to get more work and also enhance their income.
Okay, and Vikram, can you give an idea of how many apprentices you already have when it comes to gig workers? How many you have in the end helped to set up enterprises as well?
Sure. So we have already trained over 3,000 apprentices in the last 2 years. Right now, at this moment, we have 300 people who are on our rolls working as full-time apprentices and another 1,500 who have already graduated and working as independent entrepreneurs with us. And over the next 3 years, we plan to touch over 1,100,000 traditional tradesmen and upskill them.
Okay, that's a big target there. We'll be upskilling 1 lakh gig workers to make them technicians, senior technicians, till they are ready to have their own enterprises. As we start winding down this interview, I'll come to you, Deepanshu, and that is, you both have been talking about how you work with brands. Now, we all know as well, right, in home improvement, how unorganized this market is, from products to, of course, the service that exists there. Do you folks at Wi-Fi have any ambitions of also working with the unbranded segment when it comes to home improvement? And here I'm talking about the products, the furniture, the appliances.
So, thank you for the question, Antara. We have different phases. In the first phase, we work with the organized brands. In time, we will also be able to start working with the smaller brands and then the unorganized brands. In fact, for the unorganized brand or the smaller brands, we add a significantly lot more value than we do for the higher brands because we allow them to expand their services across the country. So we have a saying at Wi-Fi, we make global brands local and local brands to expand to the whole country, thereby increasing their sales and adding a lot of value for the products, for the end users, and for the brands, and of course the gig workers.
Right. So as Deepanshu mentioned, we add a lot of value to unorganized and smaller brands as well to help them grow beyond their local reach, go national or global.
And which are the bigger brands that you work with, Vikram?
So we work with brands like IKEA, Amazon, Homelane, Livspace, Hettich, more than 100 brands. You name a brand with a home in it, and we serve them.
Okay, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. This is Wi-Fi for you, short for We Innovate for You. Two-in-one problem they're solving: gig economy as well as home improvement. Thank you, gentlemen, for being with us today on Startup Central.
Thank you, Nayantara. Great to be here.